I was going to ask you about Dan's health as the lead-off. Obviously, heard the news today that he was appendicitis, I think it was. So, by the sounds of it, he's doing okay.
Yeah, it was great to get that call right before we went out to tip off that operation's successful and he's recovering. So, he says he's doing well. Yeah, we'll see. He's pretty tough, Dino. He was really resistant and he says he's doing fine, but I'm sure there's still a lot of pain. But hopefully he gets on the plane with us tomorrow if he's recovered and can come home with us and join us.
Obviously, thrust into the head coaching role yourself. How did you enjoy the experience or feel about it?
It was horrible, stressful. No, it's good fun, a good test. But, you know, we've had the prep with Dino all week. We have sort of plan A, B, C ready to go. I'm not there to reinvent the wheel and put my spin on how we play. It's more about just, you know, we've gone through a process during the week that Dino's been a part of. And, you know, I've been around Dino for a long time. And I think, you know, like to coach in a similar way. We're different personalities, but I think I know how he likes to play and tried to just stick with that and not change up too much.
Sure, on a closer game you might have been hoping for your coach or head coaching debut, but got the win. How do you feel about how the guys performed out there?
Yeah, just toughed it out. You know, early, just probably a little bit, say, undisciplined or just lack of clarity with what we were doing defensively, coverages. Just missed a little bit there. I think we gave them a few cheap points and they got their tail up a little bit. And, you know, it's a team that when they get hot, you know, they've shown they're 20 up on Sydney, they're up on Perth. They really can get on runs and be hot. And so, you know, to keep it close in that first half when I didn't think we were great was probably a key to being able to come back in the second half. You know, we found our rhythm defensively, you know, probably just went to a bit more switching and kept things simpler in the second half. And yeah, it helps that, you know, Milt stepped up and cooked in the fourth. So, yeah, appreciate that.
Sure, and just lastly on the health side of things, obviously Chris only played the 19 minutes tonight. Can you give us any update on his status?
Yeah, he had a minor issue like behind his knee from the last game, and it got much better and he came into the game feeling really close to 100%, but just as it went, just kind of irritated him a little bit. I don't think it's going to be anything major. You know, he could have gone back in. He was kind of like, yeah, look, I'm not great, but I can play. Tanner Krebs, Malif Machar, Tom Wilson, you know, in that fourth stepped up and played, and they were playing so well that, you know, didn't have to go back to Chris, and I love that about this group. Just guys in there like Tommy hasn't played in a couple of weeks and comes in, hits a big one, and real strength of the group tonight again was that depth.
Sure, and from your perspective, obviously without Chris out there, was it good to see, was it good for yourself and then for the rest of the team to step up in his absence and get the win when you needed it?
Yeah, I think we see it in practice all the time and guys stepping up and making crazy plays in practice. So when you see them do it on the court, it's nothing new for the group, but it's good for the fans and the crowd to see it and for them to just do it in a game. So, yeah, proud of the boys.
Important win, I suppose, in the context of your season. You know, you're fighting for final seeding at this point. What does it mean for the group to kind of come up here and get a win?
Yeah, I think it was just important to get a win. Then the way we did it, we made some plays in the fourth, made a couple winning plays. I think that's been the lack of doing the last few games in the fourth and the last 3-4 minutes of the game. So, yeah, just making those winning plays and getting that culture back, I think that was the big part of this win.
And we'll go to Zoom. Chris, when you're ready.
Yeah, Rhys, so I'll start with you. You're not going to forget this first game of the Coach Rhys, given all the circumstances. I mean, it's pretty amazing given what happened with Dean, with going down sick, and then early in the game you lose Shea after you start the game so well, and then even for the entire fourth quarter you don't have Shea, you don't have Chris, and then you lose Jesse in the fourth quarter. You're playing catch up most of the night. You know what's at stake in this game. You're not going to forget this anytime soon, are you?
No, definitely a memorable one. Yeah, it's you know, a lot of adversity, you know, thrown at us. You know, like I said, guys going down and you know, I think we just had a solid plan in place, which is what I kind of kept relying on. Going back to, I had Dave Barlow and Jack Fleming sitting there with me, and definitely didn't do this alone. Those two were huge, team effort. You know, I made him save me a chair because Dino doesn't sit down, but I said, boys, I want to sit with you and make sure we stay on the same page and, you know, help me out. So team effort, and then obviously, you know, the boys stepped up. So love that execution in the fourth, like Milt said. Stress levels were through the roof. You know, if I drop this one, it might be a long time before I get another one. So just getting it done was huge.
Well, you are 1-0 now, so you've always got that to fall back on.
yeah, happy to keep it that way for a while. Yeah, Dino can take back over as soon as he's ready.
What about Shay? That didn't look great, obviously. It looked like another hamstring. Do you know much more than that at this stage?
Walked straight past Steve McAdam at physio and just said that other hamstring, and they'll assess how bad it is, but it was bad enough to not play, but we haven't got a full assessment yet. So, as soon as he had some feeling there, we're not going to risk him staying in the game, and just had to keep him out. So we'll get more information in the next day or two.
I'll come to you, Milt. You've had Scott Roth, you've had Dean Victon as your coach in the NBL so far. How did Rhys differentiate himself?
He did good. We won, so he did a great job. He led us, kept us level-headed, and motivated the guys. So that's all you can ask for from a coach, and I think he did it really well.
What did you like that he did out there in the fourth quarter? Obviously, he didn't have Shay, didn't have Chris, like I said. So you had to step up, Tyson had to step up, and Tanner and Tom stepped up huge as well. What did you like that he did in that fourth quarter, knowing what was at stake tonight?
Yeah, I like that we just played simple. We moved the ball, got the ball to the right people at the right times. A lot of guys stepped up within the minutes. Tommy, Malif, Tyson made a big shot, and Finn made a couple big shots. So just making plays, and everybody did it. So I think that was a great part of the game for us.
You obviously have some great memories of having Jack as a teammate. What's it like playing against him?
It's fun. He's all about buckets, so just watching him try to score in every way. Then I know on the other end he doesn't want to play defense, so when I get a chance to score on him, I text him after the game, so it's always good.
You happy that you got a floorboarding too?
Yeah, he always does it.
Rhys, what about Tyson? I mean, he came up huge for you in that fourth quarter, but he looked like he might have been battling something too. How's he?
As far as I know, Tyson's fine. We just wanted to get him a little rest in the fourth. He was tired. Obviously, he does a lot of work for us. He guards point guards, best players, plays full court D, and pushes the pace for us. We ask him to do more. Stepped up, hit a huge shot. He knows when Milt's cooking, he knows to find him. But then, we're trying to push him like we think he's possibly a better scorer than he thinks he is. Sometimes we want to push him to try and score more, but got to love that he recognises where we need to go to Milt, feeds Jesse when he needs it, and runs the show pretty well. So I hope he's fine. He played it out and didn't complain, but he's also pretty tough. He doesn't complain, so hopefully he's all good.
I think he's fine based on how we finished the game. Just lastly from me, big win in the context of the season because it keeps you a chance to finish in the top four. I mean, it showed a lot of guts tonight. Your message must be to the group right now that you're just proud of the fight that they showed tonight. Absolutely.
Milt said we haven't closed out games the way we'd like to in the last couple of weeks, and I think just the fact that we toughed it out, we dealt with the lead. I thought emotionally in the first half we were a little up and down, a little on the refs, and we really pulled that in and we focused on the right things and showed toughness, showed grit, and showed poise and composure in the fourth. And really, really big for us. Energy was good in that second half. The vibes in the locker room after is like, we got to keep this thing rolling and keep the good vibes in the group moving into the playoffs.
Thanks very much, guys.